Hello.
Hello, everybody. So basically leading off of what Max had said is we're here to give you guys hopefully a little bit of insight, transitioning from where you're at to your early professional life. We went through a lot of the same things that you guys are going through right now in terms of portfolio review and getting a portfolio together, going through your first interviews, stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, like Max said, we're not here to lecture you guys. We were here not that long ago. So if you have questions along the way, if you want to hear more about something, totally interrupt us, raise your hand. We'd like to make it more of like a dialogue and kind of casual thing. So
Very
feel free.
free form.
So just a little backstory. I came into Long Beach State in 2004. I was declared in interior design right away and lived in the dorms the first 2 years, had the whole college experience, and started taking my foundation classes. Trekking from the Parkside dorms with my T-square and my cool little art box across campus was a whole lot of fun, and just dove right in. I worked at Yard House down at the Pike all throughout school, so I was doing the whole working through studio thing, and that's not always easy, but keeps you grounded and makes you get your priorities straight. And made friends with a lot of our studios. I think our year, the junior or the IA and the ID programs were really close, so a lot of these guys are our lifelong friends. We've seen them get married. We've seen them on weekends, and It's really changed our lives. And obviously, we met each other through this process.
Yeah, that too. You still? Me?
Yeah.
Okay. So I started out mechanical engineering here. I had a bit of a stay at Long Beach State. I almost did basically a double major, but I got about 3 years into ME and slept through Calc 3 about 2.5 times. Figured that maybe that wasn't my calling. Came over and switched majors to industrial design without knowing the curriculum and how much work actually went into it, and probably a good thing that I didn't know, because I wouldn't have signed on for another 5.5 years of education. But it worked out, and it was what I was looking for. I was also a part of the rowing team at the time, and that lasted quite a while. It came to a breaking point around just before portfolio review of which direction I go. Our team was doing really well, and there was potential to have an athletic future. And that was about the time that I was taking Max's 232 class. I wasn't an incompetent student, but I was a flaky student, and I did that probably with more than one professor. Sorry if you guys are in this room tonight. But I think I'm the only person that Max has failed and then hired onto his firm to design for him at the same time. But that was a huge transitional period for me, as you're cutting away your lesser priorities at the time. So, I mean, I was full into this thing. That's where I made my first friends, was on the rowing team, but I made the decision to fully commit myself to design, and the next semester in Max's 232 class, I think it was the first day or two, I take a seat in the back, and he sees me in there, and he pulls me out into the hall, and he goes, "I don't know how you got in this class, but don't dick around, because I don't have time for it." And it's you realize that the professors here get more out of this than just a paycheck, and they put a lot more into it than what they're given in terms of cash. As a student, you look at this like, I paid for this, I can do whatever I want with it. but these people are so invested in you, and you don't realize that until you start to rub the rails a little bit. But anyway, this is just an intro. Sorry for getting so deep so early. So yeah, I was also in the service industry. I was a bartender for most of my time here. I mean, you're going to school almost full time during the day, during the week. You only have nights and weekends left over. There's only so many jobs that are open to you, and it paid well. It paid well enough that it made you reconsider potential internships down the line, because it was nice to have cash in pocket as a student. But I don't know. Hopefully I can give you guys some insight as to that side. Take the long road. Put money in your savings account. Don't spend it up front.
If you've got it.
Yeah. If you.
Markers are expensive.
They are. So yeah, getting into, well, at least for me, portfolio review was a 20-hour-a-day, 3-month push to get my portfolio together. I wasn't as strategic as I should have been about taking on those early classes and thinking about, I need to make this work presentable in the future.
The first time.
Right. At the time, it was just about, I need to pass this class. That's all I'm worried about. I'm going to finish this project and at least get a passing grade. But you have to be way more strategic about the work that you're doing. And even beyond portfolio review, once you get into studio, you really need to start thinking about where you want to go and focus your energy on that work. You need to create extra criteria for the projects that you're given to start making way into the industry that you want to get into. Again, for me, it was a little bit more short-sighted. I just wanted to get through the project. I enjoyed the front end of the project, getting the context of what you're going to be doing and saying, oh, I have all these ideas, but creating the extra criteria would have helped a lot down the line.
And I was the school of thought where I didn't redo a lot of projects for my portfolio. I picked a few and redid them or touched them up, but I'm a little bit more of a planner than Ryan. He's like kind of a crammer. And so I felt like I had a lot of foundation already in those projects, that they were already to a point that this is my skill set and hopefully that's enough. And then the same thing was true once you graduate and trying to get a job. I mean, all you have to show for it are your school projects. So you got to do with it what you can. And so I had a lot of school projects that were really great talking points and a lot of fun to talk about in interviews, but having that basis set up so you're not redoing everything, there's just not enough time or energy to do that. So putting that time in up front, I think, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. And then just having relationships when you're going through higher level education, whoever you're in a relationship with has to be on board or at least understand what you're going through, because we both had relationships before us, obviously, and they just didn't understand studio. They don't understand all-nighters. They don't understand how much work and blood you put into this thing to be successful. And so even just entertaining the idea of having a relationship while you're trying to go through this obstacle
process,
of education is huge. So I don't know, it's fun to be in a relationship, but also at the same time, just keep your priority, and if they're on board with you, all the better. They push you through and they support you.
Yeah.
Junior shows, senior shows, final show, that was massive. So on the way to Kelsey's first job interview, probably about halfway through senior semester.
Yeah, it was a couple of weeks before senior show. Heard about a gig up in Hollywood from Mr. Ed Perez here, and decided to interview for that after graduation full-time job. We had quite an adventure. Ryan was so kind enough to drive me there in my car so that I could kind of focus on what I was going to be saying for the interview and focus on that. and we got rear-ended on the way, smashed really from a Forerunner.
Just crushed. So we got stopped on the freeway. It was like traffic had come to a stop, and I'm looking in the rearview mirror and,
You see it.
hey, that car's moving kind of quick. Car's still moving kind of quick. And I grab her knee and I look over to her and I'm trying to tell her, like,
It's coming.
hold on, but the guy behind us pushed the entire trunk into the like second back seat of her Honda Accord, and we're pulled off on the side of the road, and she's on the phone with the place she's trying to interview with.
First thing I think of is to call and say, I'm going to be late. I'm just going to be a little bit late. And then my car door opens and it's a police officer saying, you guys need to get out of the road. I'm still in shock. I hang up. I did not make it to the job interview, unfortunately, that day. We rescheduled and did it another day. And ultimately, it paid off. I got the job. So the point of that story is that shit happens that you have no control over. And you roll with the punches and it's a journey along the way.
Happens to you quite a bit.
Stuff, I mean,
So
get
another
through
great
it.
story. Probably about 3 days out from the senior show, we're like, I don't know, 75 to 80% finished with our projects, and she happens to push a Red Bull over into her laptop, and it just turns it into a fishbowl, and she's freaking out. And it's like, okay, what do you do in that moment? Like, all your work's about to be lost.
you find the closest thumb drive and you save your work and then you call Ryan.
With the laptop upside down. I'm in the shop. I've got foam dust everywhere. I've got a respirator on, got paint in my ears. He's like, like, okay, well, I guess that's a thing now. So pull her computer apart, get the hard drive swapped, make sure it's still, because, I mean, she was able to save her work. That's one thing. You can work on another person's computer, but losing a
laptop.
intensely valuable object that's dedicated to you doing well for graduating from college, that was pretty intense. On top of the understanding is like, it's weird. A timer starts in your head. You're saying, okay, it's been 20 minutes. That's 20 minutes less that I have to do the work that's going to get me a diploma. Okay, you become a strategist in that moment, and time management becomes huge. You start cutting back the hours that you're allowed to sleep. But yeah, those are just little bumps on the way. And if you guys have any questions about anything, please feel free to ask. I feel like we're telling our life story here.
That's what we're doing.
Yep. We good with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So,
We did it.
yeah,
We graduated.
we graduated. Only one of us has our diploma, though.
Okay, we both earned our diplomas. I just never picked mine up. It's probably here somewhere,
Right?
but I have it.
Yeah, that was an expensive thing to leave behind, but
Nobody
whatever.
ever asks to see it. It's fine.
But my diploma was signed by Arnold Schwarzenegger, so that was an
Governor.
interesting tidbit. And then you start getting calls from the bank that you took your loans from, and they're saying, hey, you owe us a number that you've never counted to before.
Yeah.
And both of us ended up deferring our loans because, well, you can't pay loans with a really sweet marker collection. So, I don't know, do you guys still use markers?
You might not.
I hope so. Jesus, that makes me feel old. So yeah, we graduated and we needed to blow off some steam, just kind of reboot. So we went on this huge camping trip. We would have liked to go to like Rome or Barcelona or something like that. But, you know, when you have a working truck and some sleeping bags, you make do in California. And I'm glad we did because there's so many parts of the state that are gems.
Yeah, this trip to this date has been a huge memory for us and inspiration along the way. We planned to an extent, but what we knew, we knew where we were staying our first night. We drove up the California coast as high as Eureka and then came down the Eastern Sierras and didn't really know where we were sleeping every night. We didn't have our cell phones on. We used a map to get to places. It was just the complete opposite from being at a desk constantly working at your computer for months on end to just totally checking out and seeing our state. And
Yeah, I think that was a byproduct of us just having mental overload. It's just, we pulled out a map of the general region where we lived and we drew a line and said, okay, we'll drive that. Sure, why not? No reservations, just let's go find somewhere to sleep at night. And so we packed up my old truck with a tiny little tent, 2 sleeping bags, and a cooler full of Kirkland vodka and huge salami sticks from Costco.
Pretty much what we lived
That was
off of.
that was basically
It's
it
enough.
for 3 weeks. But yeah, we ended up doing okay. I mean, it was a huge test to our relationship. We had only been in a relationship for what, a year to
Not
that?
even.
Not even a year.
6 months maybe.
And we didn't live together. We put ourselves in this tiny little space. And we didn't know this at the time. We were just like, yeah, let's go get out of here.
Road trip.
But it was like a huge testing hurdle to us staying together. Is you're making a ton of decisions on the fly and you're staying in random places and the other person that you're sleeping with stinks sometimes.
There's no showering happening very frequently.
Yeah. And so it was this really cool polarity between learning a whole lot more about the person that you're with and seeing all these beautiful environments. And
Yeah.
it's very cool. But we did learn a few other things along the way, and we met a ton of really cool people. We just ended up sitting at the bar in Fisherman's Wharf, and like this old couple's like, "Oh, where are you guys from?" And
They weren't that old.
no, they weren't that old. Just trying out the voice, see if it works. But they were so like, they bought us like oyster shooters, and they took us to this antique arcade
locals.
right next door. Yeah, and it was all just because we sat at a bar next to them, and we were just beat from the semester before, and like
The
we're-
journey to get there.
Yeah, we're not necessarily introverted people. I wouldn't say we're like, we'll pull up a seat next to anyone in the house and start talking to them, but be open to talking to other people, because
And
that's
one of the things we learned on that trip is literally everywhere we go, restaurants, cafes, we make a point of sitting at the bar. And you don't always meet people, but there's some really cool relationships that might pop up, and being open to that and having those experiences. We had a lot of tips along the way from locals. We went up to Chico we did a lot of beer tasting along the way, all the breweries along the way. So we went to Sierra Nevada, sat at the bar, heard some people talking about the river float there, asked the bartender about it, told us exactly where to go, what we do. We loved that so much. When we went to Truckee near Tahoe, they have one there as well. We went, didn't quite plan as well for that one, got dropped off, and I don't know if you guys are familiar, you drop down in the river and you just basically float, drinking beers and hanging out, and there's a ton of other people there on the river with you. Well, you end miles away from where you started, and we knew it was going to happen, but we had no idea how we were going to get back to the car. We are in bathing suits, we have inflatable floaties, and that's pretty much it. The keys to our car.
yeah.
We met this woman floating alongside us. She was by herself, she's got her feet up, and she's towing a cooler behind her, just living it up. Like, she just looks happy, relaxed. Her kids are somewhere floating, she's not quite sure where. She offers us some beers. We're like, yeah, great. And then, so we're like, so how do you get back? She's like, well, what you're supposed to do is you have a car where you end, and then you carpool to the front, and then you get your way back. We're like, oh, yeah, we don't have another car. And so she's like, I'll give you a ride back. So we hopped in her minivan and our wet bathing suits with their 2 kids, and she drove us back. So it's just, you never know when you're going to meet someone that helps you get where you're going. And
Yeah.
it's fun to have those experiences and be open to them. So setting yourself up for that.
And the whole no reservations thing actually ended up paying off quite a bit in the end. We ended up at a spot up near Lake Tahoe, actually on Lake Tahoe. And we rolled up 15 minutes after the ranger had just like cleared bears out of the spot that we were getting in. So they like beanbagged them and they were like, here, have like
Wow.
the best spot.
It was literally, this is the middle of summer. People have had these reservations for 9 months,
6, yeah.
whatever it is, and it was completely full. They're like, oh, we do have one spot. This family just left. There was a mama bear and a baby bear. They're fine. They probably won't come back. We're like, we'll take it. It was amazing. It was probably the best spot. And so their loss, our gain.
Yeah.
We had a lot of really crazy experiences
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, and it wasn't all like pluses. There were downsides too. We stayed at a campground right next to Convict Lake.
Not a great start. The name is
It's a real place. So you don't know about it. You've already got this image like, oh, there's a penitentiary nearby. Maybe we should stay here for the night. That sounds like a great idea. But the entire campground was empty, and it was all covered in by trees, and there was nothing but dead leaves on the ground. So when we got into our tents at night,
We arrived after dark also, so it's never fun setting up and wondering why it's empty. Every other place where it's the middle of summer, why are there not people here?
Yeah.
So lots of weird intros.
yeah, and so any squirrel that was like walking by would hit the dead leaves on the ground, and we're in the tent like, oh yeah, that's Pennywise outside with a knife. He's about to do this. This is awesome.
Literally could not sleep.
Yeah.
We turned on music and fell asleep to just drown out the just constant, I don't know if they were birds, something. It was like rustling leaves right out to the tent all night. We got out of there so fast the next morning, but
But it was an amazing trip. Our roommates were a little pissed off with us for not checking in with them, but we were immersed in what we were doing, and that kind of becomes a trend later on down the line as you lose track of time when you're doing stuff that you love. And exploring a new relationship, a new territory, those are,
getting away from your phone.
yeah, it's true. So when we came back from the trip, Kelsey hadn't started her job yet, and I had basically depleted the ramen fund that I had. So we had to kind of figure out what we were going to do at that point. She had gotten a call the night that we got back from our trip.
I was supposed to start that job the next Monday. And so when we graduated in 2010, the economy was not so great. I was super fortunate to get this job opportunity, and they basically said, when do you want to start? And I said, I've got this trip planned. I'd love to start as soon as I get back. They're like, great. So I quit. I had an internship my senior year, and I was working full-time at the restaurant. So I quit both of those and was free for this trip, and then came back ready to start my new first full-time gig. And I got a call that night that unfortunately they were not ready for me, that they had taken furloughs for a lot of their employees, that a big project had just lost, and it was not a good time. And so they assured me that they wanted me and they were going to bring me on, but I had to wait. So that was stressful, to having 2 jobs and then a third lined up, to having no jobs and no money.
Yeah.
And we moved into together with roommates.
We did.
And so that was our first summer, really, where we should have been working on portfolios, but we took bike rides and...
Yeah, it was taking everything with a bit of a grain of salt, because college has pushed you out and they don't want anything to do with you anymore. And your old jobs were like, well, you just quit. We don't want to take you back. You might leave again. So it was like, okay, I'm way too stressed to think about the future. And you pull back and you say, okay, in the greater scheme of things, your life is not going to end. There are things on the horizon. You just got to put the work in. And so all she had to do was wait on a call for her work to come back. I started churning on a portfolio, hopefully to suss out some work. But again, it was a bad economy. So we ended up just riding our bikes down to Horny Corner a lot and having bonfires at Bolsa Chica and going to farmers markets. And when you don't have money, you kind of have to just find your inspiration. Inspiration is free. You can find it anywhere. And so stocking up on the things that you have at hand to make do with the time that you have became really important. And it became kind of part of our toolkit to understand, there's going to be dips and there's going to be great times, and understanding how to deal with both is important. So that was our first taste of real life, was coming back to
A little stress.
less than opportunity than we were expecting.
So the job came back. I started in November. And that was in Hollywood. So we were living near 2nd Street at the time. And so I was commuting up to Hollywood every day, which was rough. I think I only was able to stay awake for dinners half the time. I was so exhausted from waking up early, working a full day, coming home, getting home late. So 3 months in, called it. We decided to move to LA.
Yeah.
We love Long Beach so much. It was a hard thing to leave to where we knew no one really. And Ryan came with, not knowing what he was going to be doing, and we just took the leap. We found a really cute little bungalow on the 405. It was literally like on it almost. But we had a view of the Getty from our living room, and we were tucked away in the trees, and they were driving piles for the 405 expansion at the time. So we got headphones from the city for free.
We were so close to the 405, and they were moving heavy machinery every night.
Oh yeah, they started at 11 p.m.
They decided to preempt any lawsuits that would happen. And they sent out noise-canceling headphones to us, thinking that, oh yeah, the bulldozer shaking the windows in your 1920 bungalow was going to be just fine. It's the same thing as not having bulldozers out there. And that wasn't really true. That went on for 3 years, by the way.
Pretty much ended when we left.
A freeway expansion takes a little bit of time.
Right.
But the area was beautiful. There was a ton of culture. Obviously, the Getty was right there, and we only visited once though, because.
But we did walk.
We walked a couple times. It's a beautiful spot, but we had left our village, and we didn't have the friends or family around us. We didn't have the school to drop by and kind of be nostalgic about. So Kelsey poked me one day and said, "Hey, there's a pet adoption over at the La Brea Tar Pits," which you wouldn't think there'd be a pet adoption at the tar pits. You put together the mammoths going in, and you're like, wait, no, they're lonely, helpless animals. Anyway, we met
Huge event.
that
was the first dog that we met, and we took her home, and that's Ellie. And so she became our little family that we started building. And we hiked every weekend and made the best of it.
Yeah. And that was still a transition out of our summer. It was still pretty mellow, and then we started our jobs. Kels obviously started at 5+.
So I started at 5+ Design in Hollywood. It's a super interesting city to work in if you are familiar with it. There's a lot going on. Celebrity sightings at lunch, filming here and there. It's a really lively city, really hard to commute to. The distance wasn't far, it just was constantly traffic. But I had a lot of really cool experiences. The firm was when I was there, it was over 100 people. So big company, mostly architects, and I was part of the interior design department, and when I started, I was the 3rd person. So, but they were just starting. They had done work with Royal Caribbean previously, and we were just starting their newest fleet of ships. So that was the big start. So that was a whole lot of fun. We did all their common area spaces, not all, but shopping areas, performance spaces, their main dining room, none of the staterooms, but really most of the like hospitality open areas. That bottom left photo is of the performance space at the very back of the ship. So it's called 270. It's got 270 degrees of windows in the back, and it's 3 stories high. So by day, it's a kind of loungy area. There's a bar in there. And then by night, it transitions into a performance space. So we were tasked with making it feel like a lounge space during the day, but also having to make the chairs and everything flexible to turn into a venue. And so you see lifts and areas, and the acrobatics come out of the ceiling, and really cool technology. They ended up, I'm not exactly sure how they did it, but the windows, the 270 degrees of windows, the technology was that it's clear during the day, and at the night, they're able to turn it to forest or whatever it took for that particular performance. So it became a really, really amazing space. Really cool to be a part of. That ship is now called Quantum of the Seas. There's 3 in that class, but it's a really cool, I'd love to go visit it sometime. I haven't seen it in person yet, but a really cool ship. The top left and the bottom right photos are of the Del Amo Mall in Torrance. We did the big refresh for that. So a really old mall that used to be really amazing in its heyday, but it just got old and tired, and we brought in a lot of light, did the main corridors and concourse areas, their food court. So that was a whole lot of fun to work on as well, and that was a local project, which was rare at this firm because the majority of their work was overseas, which meant the rest of the time was conference calls with China starting at 6 p.m., dinners at the office, weekend work. It was a big transition. You think you graduate from school and you're like, yeah, 9 to 5, that's great. It didn't quite, it was not 9 to 5. So, but a really cool experience, and met some amazing people. I stayed with them for about 3 years. And it was an awesome place to be.
Yeah, and at the same time when she was going to work, I was still going on interviews, and actually in process class in senior studio, we had a project with Wes Wolfel, and he had done a UI project for us. So we all were supposed to choose interfaces that we wanted to redesign or reimagine, and I had done a project on the LA Metro's kiosks. And so I rethought the process of who's actually going up to this thing, what do they want to see, how do we make the fares easier, how do you deal less with change, and so that was a huge project, and it was totally unassuming at the time, because each of these interviews that I was going on, I was reformatting for who I was interviewing with. With FujitsuTen, I had put the UI project up at the front, and that got me in the door. That put me onto the next level, and so after that, they had brought me back in for a performance review, and they gave me a baseline design brief. I wouldn't even call it that. They just said, hey, design an automotive interface for us, and that was about it. And luckily, I was dealing all of my projects in Illustrator at the time, so I was able to whip something out. I don't know how I did it. In about an hour, went back for a recap with them, and they said, you're hired. You do quick work, you know your way around a piece of software that we use all the time, and just the fact that I put that project up first in my interview, the UI project with Wes, it made an impression that I was oriented with what they were thinking. After getting that job, it was really cool. It was reimagining the experience you have in a car. What are the pain points? Where do you want to go? What are the regulations in terms of interactivity while you're driving. Did a lot of really cool projects. That top image was a reconceptualization of an aftermarket unit for Toyota and Scion. This company was mainly owned by Toyota, so we did a lot of Toyota projects. We also did some other OEMs like GM and Subaru, stuff like that, but they weren't as interesting. They were more production work, more like visual design. They gave you the background concept and direction, and you just pumped out the pixels for what was going to show up on the screen. We did apps for remote car activation. You could lock your car from, I don't know, however far away if you had a signal. You could start your car from so far out. It would give you details based on what the temp is inside the car, so you know to start it up and turn the heat on before you get there. But the coolest part was getting that LA Auto Show badge and kind of at a baser level realizing that you've attained something. I was brought to the LA Auto Show as a designer in the automotive industry. It's something I never thought I would have done when I was in college, but it was just a very cool byproduct of putting effort into something that you loved.
And taking a chance. I think you didn't know that you could end up at a place like that.
Yeah. At the back end, I put the better part of a year into Fujitsu. The other side that you don't see in school is how a business is run. All you're thinking about is the project at hand. How do I get this thing done? But there's a lot of politics that goes into making money. That's why businesses exist. That's why you guys are in school, most of you, is to eventually earn a paycheck. And so understanding where the money comes from and the tradition behind a company and how they think they earn money might not line up with what your definition of earning a paycheck or creating something beautiful actually is. And so closer to the end of my stay at Fujitsu, I was rethinking my portfolio, starting to think maybe I should get back into more tangible, small things, less corporate type of a design mentality, at least less corporate for where I was at the time. And I met with Max, and we started talking about opportunities inside his firm. Eventually, I ended up going to his firm, and it was a huge step forward, not necessarily in terms of the prestige of a product, but the culture of a company. It's huge, the people that you work with and the things that they believe in. I went from a cubicle in like a super rundown industrial building with awful fluorescent lighting to like a spot in Culver City next to, in the Hayden Tract, like next to bakeries and architects. There's a big roll-up door out front, and you're just in this super cool bow truss building. The architecture's gorgeous, and you just feel like you're at home. There's something to be said about an environment that you're in, who you're practicing with. All the people there were stellar, just really, really good people. The air was light. You could converse easily and joke. You could cuss a little bit if you wanted to without reprise.
It was probably expected.
It was. It was part of the interview. But yeah, so culture was great. Dogs were everywhere. You were allowed to bring your dog in. That's actually Mesa below that desk right there. That was one of the partners' old dogs. And they just make their home under your desk. And so in my head, I'm pulling back into my brain and saying, this is kind of a cool place. Like, I have a dog at my feet and I'm designing cool stuff, which was everything, by the way. Like, we designed toys, we designed cell phone covers, we designed electric vehicle charging systems. We did a lot of wayfinding, so basically how you find your way through an environment. It was just a plethora of products, and it gave incredible perspective on the design industry, because there's so many facets about design that exist. There's people who design only digital things. There's people who design only products that help people stay alive. There's products that are totally whimsical purchases that have no structure or thought to them, but they're just empowering. So anyway, this was a huge education. It was worth more than the paycheck, because I got to work in so many different industries and visit so many use cases. Like designing for toys, you're trying to get into the head of a kid, or in this case, those things were actually really cool. They were like a little mechanical clicking mechanism, and we built cars, we built action figures, we built bracelets, and they're all sort of intended for different people. And we'll kind of touch on this later about who you're designing for, because there's this tendency to want to design for yourself. Almost every project that you'll put out when you're earlier on in your career will be something that you want to buy or that you want to live in, or, I don't know. But yeah, so it gave a lot of perspective on the design industry in general.
Mm-hmm.
So after living in LA for a while, it just wasn't quite our home. It wasn't as walkable as that we wanted it to be. LA is this huge spread out place. And so we had kind of this family influence down here in San Diego, more Kelsey than my family, but they were still my family too. They were good people and are good people.
They're still with us.
Yeah. And San Diego had the same kind of Long Beach vibe that we loved. If you have 20 minutes and a bicycle, you can get pretty much anywhere in this city and get anything that you need, from cheap t-shirts to art supplies to
California burritos.
Crude oil to California burritos. Like, you can get everything here. You guys don't know how good it is here, because everything's at your reach. When you move somewhere where you're dependent on a commuter train, or you have to sit in traffic for 45 minutes to go 10 blocks and get
groceries.
Yeah. You start to really kind of pull back into what was good, and Long Beach has a lot of good stuff to offer. But outside of that, we wanted to replicate that in San Diego. Once we moved down there.
Well, first we decided we were going to move, which is a big decision. And we're still living in LA. The biggest thing that we ran into was we were applying for jobs blindly, online, sending applications to people we didn't know. And we tried for months and heard nothing, literally nothing, which was incredibly frustrating. So we just figured we had to be there to get our foot in the door. So we decided to move in with my mom. And we went, and this guy.
That happened.
Great man here. She's awesome. We paid rent. We're like, no, if we're doing this, we're paying you rent.
Still her mom, though.
It's my mom. And so we moved to San Diego. Luckily, I had an opportunity pop up right after we made that decision to move. We were like, we'll get jobs at Whole Foods. We gotta go. And we'll figure it out. So I luckily got a lead. My mom is actually a furniture rep down in San Diego. She knows everybody. And she heard about an opening. She heard about someone leaving. So that was where we jumped in. And I went in, well, first we ran a marathon, our first marathon. And I had my interview the very next day. So I was off this high of I didn't do anything. And I went in for that job interview and got it. And so that was a huge relief to at least know that one of us had a job in San Diego. But Ryan was still working at Linespace at the time. And so we had a lot to figure out. And we just went for it.
Yeah, that was a little bit of carryover work, still working up in LA and commuting from San Diego up there it's a 2.5 hour commute in the morning. And so at the end of the day, it's like, do I really want to drive back 2 hours tonight and then drive another 2 hours in the morning? So I slept in my truck. I mean, sometimes you just kind of have to make ends meet to not have to live with your mother-in-law. And so
she wasn't even your mother-in-law at that point.
No, my future mother-in-law. But I mean, it was still interesting. It was still an adventure. The projects were good, and it was different. Sleeping, like rolling up to a house and being like, I don't think they'll call the cops on me. Like, I'm just gonna like sleep below the windows.
Did you know he wasn't showering?
Yeah, he told me he was staying with friends.
Yeah. I was my own friend at that point.
I was like, I would text you first thing in the morning, are you still alive? Please tell me.
But it was an experience, and it was a good experience. Oh, and something about our first jobs they don't tell you is when you go from education into being a professional, planning out your time is incredibly important. And the things in school that you kind of take for granted, like walking from lower campus to upper campus, or like running around with your friends doing, I don't know what the exact specifics about running around with your friends, but like you get fat when you go
like,
work
where's this going?
professionally. And it's like, I didn't realize how much weight I was putting on. Like, I had money finally because I had a job and I was going to eat whatever the hell I wanted to because I'm an independent person. But that kind of triggered that whole marathon phase.
Running.
We went vegetarian for a year, which was
An experience.
I went from my doctor asked me if I had parasites.
He literally.
I lost that much weight.
Well, because we were running long distances on top, and this guy, like, he was skeletal.
Yeah.
Like, we were all like, you were getting lightheaded. It was not good.
Yeah. Anyway, a little aside about professional life.
Oh, yes, you find your balance.
Planning time to go to the gym.
Something. Stay active, people.
Yeah.
It's really hard. I hadn't lived with my mom since I was 17, and I moved out and went to college, and love her to death, but it's like no time passed. It's like literally like she treats you like you're 17 again, and she's great. Keep saying that, but it was hard, and it was a really good excuse to get out fast. So that was the first thing. I got the job, and he was still commuting, and I was on Craigslist constantly looking for housing, and we found a cute little tiny purple house in University Heights, and it was the most cute little place, and we moved and started there. So I started working down in San Diego at a firm called Safdie Rubinus Architects. They're in Mission Hills, and again, it's an architecture firm, but a lot smaller than 5+ Design. They were about 30 people. Then the interiors group was more like a company within a company. So we had our own projects for the most part, and there were 4 of us at the time. And so I had the dream commute. I had less than 2 miles from home to work, which after living in LA was like, it just did not seem possible. So I thought I could bike to work. Like, this is great. There were no bike lanes, and I decided that death by soccer mom in traffic was not how I wanted to go. And so anyway, that killed that dream, but 20 minutes in the car is not so bad. I was way out of my wheelhouse, so after doing large-scale mixed-use projects, the mostly like the cruise lines and the mall, going to a corporate design firm was like, I was so not prepared. I was totally honest in my interview, and she knew that, and I have some experience doing documentation, but we were design architects, so there were no construction documents happening. Most of the work, like I said, was overseas, so there were local architects of record doing these sets. So I got here, and I'm doing corporate interiors, tenant improvements, really fast, turn and burn, quick pace, get it done projects, and I was lost. And I had a really sweet coworker who took me under her wing, taught me everything. It was a huge learning curve, but one of the things I had started to worry about when I was at 5+ Design was like, if I stay here too long, and I don't learn how to do all of the process, I was worried I was not going to be hireable. I was legitimately concerned. I was like, this is great. I get to do all the fun stuff without any of the, details, making sure how do you build that. I didn't have to worry about that, which was fun, but like I said, I was worried about not being able to get jobs down the line. So it was a really great experience for me. My design director she was amazing, really knew her stuff, and I learned a ton. So a couple of these projects are more of the fun projects that I got to do. Like I said, it was mostly really fast tenant improvements, but the top one is a nonprofit facility for osteopathy for children. So this was a waiting room that we got to do. The bottom right was another nonprofit for a market pantry where low-income families could come in and grocery shop, but it was more on like a point system. But we wanted to make them feel like it was more of like a Whole Foods kind of feeling. So I designed the logo in the back. We had a local artist do that. This is a rendering, but it looks almost exactly the same in real life. We did crates that then the artist drew on fruits and things like that, so it felt a lot more homey and less like a handout. The bottom left is a corporate office. It was a jeweler. But the majority of stuff was really bland. I did the San Marcos DMV, which was super exciting. Lots of really quick projects. So again, I started to feel like this is great, I'm getting technical, but I'm missing the creativity. It just wasn't the balance that I needed, but you'll see what happens next.
Yeah, and at that time I was rebooting my portfolio. Feels like every time you leave a job, you have to reboot and push your good stuff forward and kind of reorient to the space that you're in. Us being in San Diego, there aren't a ton of consultancies, so you kind of have to suit yourself to what their expertise is. And going corporate again, it was mainly medical or aerospace or military, high-tech kind of stuff, so there wasn't a ton of opportunity on the design side. But where I did land after getting in touch with Dave, I told Dave Tubner, hey, I moved to San Diego. Do you know anybody who lives down there? I said, yeah, I know a guy from probably about 5 years before you graduated. His name was Charlie. At the time, he was working at a place called BMW Design Works. And it was a pretty cool firm at the time. Charlie eventually ended up leaving. They pushed more towards design strategy as opposed to actual design concepts. But Charlie left, went to work for Verifone. I spoke to Charlie. He said, go check out IDSD.
First of all, you didn't know this guy. You reached out to him, and he invited us to his child's birthday party, I think it was. So we show up at his house. I went with him and didn't know anybody, didn't know what Charlie looked like.
Yeah.
And we get there and we're like, somebody's like, hello? And we're like, we're here to meet Charlie? She goes, oh, that's my husband, come on in. And like literally had a barbecue at his house.
But up to that point, we didn't really have any cash. On the side, I would brew beer every now and again, and I had a particularly good brew. So I brought a few bottles over. Turns out Charlie was like completely into beer, did the same thing. Was a really cool icebreaker for meeting him the first time, and he pointed me in the direction I needed to go. There's another little industry group down there called IDSD. It's like the IDSA chapter, but it's really easygoing. The people are mellow. We meet up once a month just to have a happy hour and not get into super deep conversations other than what they're working on for the week or anything like that. That's where I met one of the principals for MindFlow, and he said, hey, shoot me your portfolio. I want to test you out. Let's see where this goes. And so one of the first tester projects that I worked on was a head support for being on an airplane. So instead of wearing those huge inflatable goofy balloon pillows around your neck for a horseshoe, this was kind of more of a push towards an executive who is flying 4 or 5 times a week, pushing 2 hours each way there and back, and it was more of a fashion piece than it was anything else. It was the first time I had ever done soft goods too, so that was different. but ended up doing really well. I was consulting at the time for them, so I had to go back to the desk at home and figure out they're not paying my taxes, which means I'm paying my taxes. They're not paying my health insurance, which means I'm paying my health insurance. You don't work every single hour of the day of the entire year when you're a contractor. You might be lucky to get half time. So you have to factor that into your finances and say, hey, at the end of the year, I want to make $75,000. If I go and work somewhere every day of the week for every week of the year, they'll pay me 75 grand. And that equates to a certain hourly wage. But as a contractor, you have to take into account all these other expenses, all of your downtime that you're considering marketing time, trying to get jobs or trying to put your resume in front of somebody. You have to factor that into your hourly wage, which typically doubles what you would make at a firm fully employed. And so I pump out this number and I was like,
That's really high.
there's no way anybody's ever going to pay me that much money. And you walk in and you put the number in front of somebody and they're like, yeah, okay, that's cool. And you retreat back in your head. I'm like, oh my God, I should have asked for twice that much. What did I do? But it turned out great, put a few good projects in. And they asked me to come on board full time as a senior designer. And so I've been working there for the last 3 years now. They're a medical forward development company. And so we deal a lot with usability. It's outside typical consumer products. You are bound by FDA regulation. You have to understand the level of product you're designing, whether it's something that a surgeon will hold and use on somebody's heart with their chest open, or if it's something like when you're at Rite Aid and you're at the pharmacy and you're like, oh, there's the blood pressure tester. I'm just going to throw my arm in that thing and press the button and see numbers that I don't understand. So there's different levels in that realm, and so we've done a ton of different stuff. I've worked on military projects that were way over my head that thought even existed, like biothreat detection units that go on a special operator's back to go out into the middle of nowhere and see if someone threw anthrax in the air. I've worked as something as simple as an airplane pillow. So the realm is massive. We've worked on portable neurostimulation devices, basically pumping energy down into someone's damaged nerve to make it feel like they didn't get in a car accident. Worked on, so they're called pressure ulcers, but bed sore is the more appropriate name for it. And you learn an entire another realm of what cleanability means. When somebody's laying in a bed 24 hours a day for weeks on end, things get a little grimy, and the products that you make really have to have the strategy behind them, where you're putting part lines and seam lines and where a screen is to read out whether or not they're not doing well or not. So there's this huge usability aspect to medical design that I didn't really foresee. And just randomly we'll get odd projects. Like right now I'm working on a headset for football coaches so that they can talk to the press box and their strategist coaches communicating all across the field. And it's totally random. Like at a medical firm, you wouldn't expect to do that kind of stuff.
So on Friday nights, you have to go to high school football games for research, which is really weird.
It's a bit odd, like going to.
You're working
like,
Friday night again.
I've got a video camera, but I'm good. Like they told me I could be here. Like I'm not trying to. Anyway. But yeah, so after developing products for a few years now, what I'm starting to do is create internal processes for the firm. It's basically understanding how we develop products, setting up a design brief with something as intense as like a heart ablation unit, that this thing goes up into your heart and senses odd flows and will burn parts of your heart to create a normal flow. there's a lot of requirements around a product like that. So you need to know who's using it, where they're using it, the dictation of use, how they use that thing. You have to understand why the business is even doing it in the first place. Why would someone want to make this machine? They obviously saw an opportunity on the market to make money somewhere. We have to understand that so we can adhere to that guideline. There's a ton of FDA regulation behind what you can do, the graphics that go on a certain unit, who can use it. You're looking at all the industry competitors, so you're doing benchmarking across other products, understanding what their product features are and making sure that you're not copying them or infringing on patents or anything like that. So there's a ton of front-end research that goes into a $500,000 machine that a company is going to buy and use on somebody. So I've pushed into kind of a development strategy role. I still design almost full-time, but I'm moving into developing internal processes and development strategy right now. Yeah.
So I mentioned that I was missing the creativity in my last firm, and I was deciding that I was ready for a change, and I had a local rep that I was having lunch with. She reps carpet in the industries. She became a friend. She's like, oh, I know a place that you're perfect for, and they're hiring. And so she texted while we were at lunch, one of the design directors there, and said, oh, they want to see you. They need your resume tonight. So I ran home, got my resume updated, got a few portfolio pages done, sent it off, and was going to be interviewing with them the following week. This is where I'm at now. I got the job there. It's called ID Studios. They're in Solana Beach in San Diego, and this is my first time working for a straight interior design firm. So like I mentioned, every other firm I've worked at has been an architecture firm. It's a lot different, truly. Like the interior firm interiors are the star of the show, and you're not an afterthought, a second thought. And people come to this firm because of their reputation. They're a family. We're about 18 people. It's all interior designers. We have one architect on staff, so he's there to support us. And we're regularly competing with Gensler San Diego and winning, getting jobs over them. And we're just a small little company doing our thing. Couple of projects I've worked on. The bottom two are a 24/7 facility for monitoring wind and solar. And so these guys are there on long shifts. One of the biggest things was ergonomics, and the bottom right is a knock room. So there's a lot of standards that you have to live up to for that. It has to be able to go on lockdown. It's literally like NASA, where you're like, they've got these massive monitors at their desks, and then they're pulling things from the screens up in front. And so it was a really cool, fun project to work on, really great company. The top photo is a corporate headquarters relocated into a really iconic building that's right on the ocean at Fletcher Cove in Solana Beach. It's called like the spaceship building. It's this big round building. So that was a lot of fun. We redid those stairs. A lot of more architecture work on that one, which was really fun. But it's a really great experience. I think Ryan touched on it with Linespace. It makes a huge difference to like who you work for and to like the people that you work with and to be appreciated. I think the first project I worked on here, I gave the presentation to the client, and the principal of the firm right after we finished was like, great job, thanks. Like, thank you. And I was stunned for a second. I looked at her, I was like, you're welcome. Like, I'm doing my job, but I got appreciation for it. And it was like a recognition of like, you worked really hard, and I thank you. And so that's just common practice there, is they treat their employees, they want them to grow, they're appreciative, and it makes you stick around. The fact that I got in there was because someone had left, but most of those people have been there for 8, 10, 12 years. So I feel really fortunate and feel like it's a place that I can stick around for a long time. We're totally running out of time, so we'll
Try and go through these.
go
quickly.
through these. So back on the personal side, after 5 years of dating, Ryan finally dropped a knee and in a foot of snow in Lake Arrowhead, and we got to planning the wedding, and that with two designers was a really big experience. Probably one of the toughest things we've had to do because we're both opinionated and we want to do everything ourselves. It was the best day ever.
Yeah.
I think the entire thing, we planned and made as much as we could. It was up in San Luis Obispo, so we went and bought all the flowers ahead of time, and like the day before had all of our family assembling. We made all the signs, hand painted as much as we could. Ryan did all the invites. We hand lettered everything. It was brutal in hindsight looking back on it, but I wouldn't change a thing.
Yeah. Like to a T, like every single song they played
Oh.
at the wedding, I spent time searching for and making sure, like the DJ would send me back like, hey, it's kind of hard to find the song. I was like, you find it, or...
He basically made it so the DJ just pressed play. Like literally, he was the MC and like had no decision. No, Ryan's like, no, you're playing this at this time. This is when we're, like, it was all thought out.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could see where we were a little involved. But I think back to the takeaways from why you even care. I think we want to say just a few things that we've learned along the way, and maybe some of them will apply to you or feel like you can relate to.
Yeah.
But we'll just run through them really quick.
So the first thing I think would be self-awareness. Know what you like, know what you're good at. Don't do the stuff that you're not good at. Don't become like the best person in the office for renderings if you hate renderings. Focus in on what you're good at, because at the end of the day, you can only keep up a mask for so long doing stuff you don't like. And you're gonna get so far off into your career, and that day will shatter your expectations for what you should be in. You weren't spending that time doing the stuff that you loved. And you're gonna have to find your next job doing the same thing that you didn't like, or spend a ton of time rebooting what you've been doing.
I think the next thing that's really big for me is find a balance. I love my job, but I love my life more. Really, like I want to come home at the end of the day and be with my family. I want to have activities and hobbies that I have time for. I couldn't commit. I did it those first few years where I'm working nights and weekends, but at this point, you kind of have to set yourself up to expectations and make your boundaries and set them early on, because if you're ready and willing every time, they're not going to hesitate to ask you.
Yeah. Get all the crazy shit out of the way up front. Like, while you don't have any responsibilities and you're single, you want to work 20 hours a day and like just do the craziest projects you've ever been on. Do it now. Don't plan on trying to figure out and do it later, because it's just never going to come around. You have someone that you love and care for and want to spend all your time with. That's going to take away from your dream. So, wait, I said that wrong. Your dream, not my dream. This is my dream. Define success. And what I mean by that is you guys have a goal. And this can apply to a project. It can apply to your life. Define the area where you want to land and figure out a metric to understand when you've gotten there. For projects, it's incredibly important when someone's paying you money to do something that they expect, you need to define what they're expecting. So get a picture of what the end goal is, and that way your projects will be more efficient. You'll understand what to sketch around. I personally hate throwing out millions of sketches and only selecting one. I feel like I've wasted so much time. But if I get an idea of what I'm supposed to be sketching around, who it's for, where it's placed, why it's being used, the business goal for it, I don't mind sketching around that because I know what I'm sketching. But going into defining success, it just helps you get there faster, and you cut away all the hard times that you end up learning around.
So know your value. This was something that I learned just a few months ago. I had my 1-year review at my current job, and you have to fill out a self-evaluation. It was a pretty long, in-depth evaluation, but it had the standard questions like, what do you bring to the firm? What are your strengths? And I typed out everything I wanted to share, and I asked Ryan to look at it. And he's like, can I have a pen? Like, right away was ready to make changes. Like, whoa, like what? I had no idea I was doing it, but I was using words like, I think I'm a valuable asset, or I feel like I fit in well. And he crossed out think and feel and turned it into, I am a valuable asset. I am an integral part of this team. I fit in well. And it was like so simple, but it was this huge mind explosion for me. Where it's like, yeah, like if I don't believe it, why should they? And it's true. Like I know what I'm worth, and I know that they believe it too. And using words like I think and I believe I am, were only going to hurt me. So that was a big thing for me.
Know your audience, who you're presenting to. It's hard to get wrapped up in a presentation at school because the majority of people in that room are your peers, and you're not doing a project for your peers. Number one, you should be doing it for yourself and where you see you're going. Number two, you're doing it to satisfy an academic requirement. Understand your professor and what they do and don't like, what they're expecting to see. But mostly it's about you and where you want this project to go, how you want it to support your portfolio. In a greater sense, once you get into the professional realm, you're going to be presenting to clients. And clients are nuts. They're crazy people because they have no understanding of what goes into developing something valuable. And they only speak certain languages. And I don't mean like different tongue. I mean, they only understand certain graphics. They only get it if you actually put it on that screen. You can sketch up a box and say, hey, that's going to be a cigarette lighter. They're like, no, that's a white paper box. I don't understand what you're talking about. We didn't head into this presentation tonight thinking that we were going to talk to investors for, I don't know, the next Google UI. You guys are students. We created this thing around what we thought would be helpful for you. So bottom line is understand what you're creating and who you're creating it for.
The next one being ask for what you want. Going into a review or what projects are available, making what you want known is really big because people aren't just going to assume it. And when you feel like you've earned a title raise or a raise, you have to ask for it. No one's really going to just be handing those out. So that was one thing.
Everybody poops. What we mean by that is at the end of the day, we only have 24 hours and we're all just people. You meet your idols and you realize they're just people too, doing the same thing that you're trying to do. Putting people on a pedestal has a tendency to make you try and compare yourself to what they've done or what they're doing. And so at the end of the day, we're all just trying to make it. And you should have confidence in the fact that everybody started low and had to work their way up. The only difference between you and the guy sitting next to you is how hard you work. It could be about talent. Some people have a natural born talent. But if you're not working hard and working smart, you're not going to achieve your goals.
Complacency kills. If you're not happy, look for something that makes you happy because there's no point in living your life doing something you don't want to do. And staying in one place for too long when you're not learning is a waste of time.
And that's not just for you, that's for the people who employ you as well. They'll see that you're just kind of hanging around for a while and they want the opportunity to have somebody in their office that wants to help them grow too. Protect your momentum, a small but pretty impactful thing is if you're on a roll, don't let the small stuff
Derail you.
Like, I can't tell you how many times where I've been having a great day at work and I get like one off comment from a client and it just ruins the rest of the day. And if I just said, hey, they're a client, they don't totally get it, or you know what, I should have seen it, but I don't know, everybody poops. So you can do so much more good work if you focus on the positive momentum that you've put into something.
The last tip here is get involved. Every single job I've had was because of someone I know, someone who I've talked to. When you're up for a change, making it known and talking to the people around, it's how you get where you're going.
Yeah, and it's hard because every time you hear the word networking, it kind of like makes your skin crawl a little bit. You're forced into a room, into empty conversations with people, but that's not necessarily what it means. I mean, it's making relationships with the people around you right now, with your professors. Like, there's 6 degrees of separation in this room. Somebody knows somebody to get you where you want to go. And to that extent, being a part of your community pays off, and it doesn't have to be that face value, hey, I don't know you, but I want a job. It's the assets that you have at hand right now.
So,
yeah. So, growing up, this is coming to the end of our presentation. This was a picture, one of the first pictures of us in college. I was a doofus, she was beautiful.
still that way. No, I'm just kidding. Just.
I love you.
You?
Love you, babe. And then this is one of the most recent pictures we've taken. Yeah. So.
Thank you guys. That's so sweet.
So, thank you for your time. We're happy to answer any questions you have if you have them. It's funny because
both of those things for sure.
Absolutely. Everybody works totally different. Like when I was going through school, I liked making lists, and once I was done figuring out the list, I would start doing things. She's very different. She's like, let's do it now and get it out of the way.
Just want to jump into things, yeah.
So it's an interesting dynamic. Like at first it takes a little getting used to because you're inside your own brain doing your thing the whole time. You're like, no, this is my process. This is how I get things done. And someone comes into your life and shows you a different idea of how to do things. Mm-hmm. It's a little difficult at first. I think it's more efficient to leave a couple dishes in the sink until they get to a stack where you just do it once and put it in the dishwasher as opposed to washing every single dish individually. But I've come to learn that that's not the right way to do things.
But to answer your question, we do actually, like our professional designs actually come home with us sometimes, to the point where I just actually did a huge presentation and had him look at everything, and I wrote the whole presentation out, and he had some awesome insight into how I could better communicate that. He's actually really interested in interiors as well, and so I think there's somewhere in there where you could have totally had a career in it. But yeah, we're constantly. Sometimes also it's just like I don't want to talk about work at all once I get home, and so there's a little bit of both. But it's really nice having somebody who understands your world a little bit.
And also, it gets out beyond relationships. Is the most valuable thing that somebody can give to you is their perspective. You're stuck in your head all the time. Understanding from a fresh set of eyes what something looks like is so valuable. And we've caught each other's work before and said, hey, this kind of comes off a funny way, or...
And it stings at first, for sure.
It does, but be open to criticism, because the people that are willing to give you their uncut opinion of your work are that gives you the push to go in the right direction. Someone who kind of babies you, oh yeah, that's great, that looks wonderful. You get into a job interview and they're like, all right, next. Someone who's willing to give you the raw feedback is incredibly valuable. So. Absolutely. From my side, it's been dealing with budgets, pricing yourself, understanding marketing, how you're actually getting work, those things you don't really cover in school. I picked up a minor in business marketing, so you see a little bit of a bigger picture, the motivation that goes behind starting a project or new product development. But I'd say the biggest thing from my side would be pricing, is understanding what your market value is.
You're talking about consulting, if you're doing your own thing?
Consulting or even negotiating a salary.
Yeah.
Understanding why you're different from the next designer and why you demand a certain price. Your side?
I think there's a lot that they can't really teach you in school, and it's kind of pointless to try. Like, we had a materials class, and it's great, and you learn the standards of what's out there and terminology, but materials and finishes change constantly, and there's new stuff all the time, and it's really kind of a waste to learn it in school when there's so many other foundation things that are so much more important. But what I have found is, especially in San Diego, Design Institute is down there. It's a huge private school that's really well known, and they have a great program. A lot of the coworkers that I've had have all come from DI, and then I'm rolling in with a Cal State Long Beach degree, and a lot of people aren't really familiar with the program up here and think, oh, it's a state school. I feel just as prepared, if not more, than these students, and I think that the employers have noticed that this program is really amazing. That I feel, plus my school loans are just so much less out of whack. So take advantage of it, because you're in a really great program, and there's a lot of professors here that want you to do well, and I felt really well prepared.
Sure. Up front, you get burnt a lot because you leave stuff to the last minute and you realize how deep a hole you're in. And you eat that bitter cookie enough times that you realize maybe I should change my process a little bit. And for me, it was about understanding the variables up front. As a strategist, you're trying to envision what the success looks like. So planning all of the variables that go into a project are incredibly important. So something like the wedding, I always work, or any project, I always work backwards. I say, okay, put yourself in the final meeting and say, they said great job, what does that look like? What did you deliver to them? And usually you pull out all the elements that they're telling you, hey, I want this out of this. It needs to do this. It needs to be cheap to manufacture. We're only doing 100 units a year, which means I can't do any mass manufacturing. Almost everything has to be custom. And it needs to be cheap to manufacture. Those are two huge important parts up at the front of the project that I need to sketch around. I can't design an injection molded part because tooling's gonna cost me at least 10 grand for a single piece of that entire product. So getting those important parts of information up front help define what you actually do. Yeah.
Can you cycle that back? I'm going to put you on the spot for a second, because you've come a tremendous way from planning. How would you replan your senior project?
Oh, he'd finish it.
When taking on that project, because a lot of students tend to have the big eyes
Yeah.
that you have with your project.
Yeah.
How would you inform them as to how to strategically plan a really big project like that?
Yeah, so just to give you guys a little bit of background, my senior project was around it was a mass transit sailboat, and it was based around the time that the BMW sailboat was winning a lot of races. It has that solid center mass, and it was had separate flaps, separate mast flaps going all the way up for the mainsail, and it would take the energy from higher wind currents up at the top and kind of give the boat energy instead of having one big single flap that only adjusted to one wind current. So I dove into understanding why the oil industry was harmful and excessive and why wind energy would be so great. And I did like 2 sketches up front, and I was just buried in this mountain of trying to prove that this was a good idea. I didn't envision the end. I got so sucked in by the project and my desire to prove that it was a valuable idea that I forgot that this was going to be up in front of everybody at the end of the semester. So 1, I didn't take time into account. 2, I didn't see how it was going to fit into a portfolio. Where you go with a mass transit sailboat, I don't know. Who's going to hire you for doing that as your senior thesis? Maybe a racing sail crew, but then you have to go through a boat designing career anyway. Being more cognizant of how much time you have and what you need to get out of it at the end. Does it need to be a portfolio piece? Is it something personal, a personal goal that you're trying to achieve? Just understand at the end what you want, what you're trying to get out of this, and the resources that you have, time being the biggest one.
I think that's a constant struggle for you because you're not the 9 to 5, like, go to work, these are my hours. You're like, I don't feel inspired right now. I'm really just going to wait until I do. And then when you do and you're under the gun, you pull off amazing things. I think that you ran out of time on this one, on the senior show.
Yeah, well, I mean, I also, at the time, my professor for that class was a transport industry veteran, and so he was telling me, like, you need to make a model, this would be such a cool model, and in my brain, I'm like, no, I need to justify it first and make renderings, and then a week out from the senior show, I was like, oh crap, I didn't put anything together for any supporting projects. It was just my senior thesis project. And so you forget the amount of time that it takes to collate old projects and make them seem valuable to the people who are walking through that space. So time management?
Thumbs up.
Anybody else? I know we're pushing past hours.
All right, guys, thank you very much for
Yeah.
Yeah.